Hi, George here, and here's how to use prompts in ChatGPT. Now, you may have gotten a list of prompts someplace. Maybe you even picked up one of my lists of prompts, and they're really easy to use. First, make sure you're logged into ChatGPT, and notice over here, left-hand side, little drop-down list. Let's look at 3.5 first. We'll then look at 4.0. 4 right here, this is the advanced model. That's their paid ChatGPT. I have that as well. You'll probably see just the 3.5 and the 4.0 up here. Down below here is where you type in your prompt. Let me bring up a prompt list. Here we go. Here's a prompt list I have with over 500 prompts for using on YouTube to become a successful YouTube creator. I'll discuss something at random in here. Here's one how to keep viewers engaged. Just click on a prompt. You can use the Control-C keyboard shortcut to copy that, or you can go up here, select it, right-click, and copy. Either way works. Go back here to ChatGPT, and then just paste that in. There we go. Hit the arrow key, and ChatGPT will then give you the answer to that prompt. And as you can see, you get a lot of great information in here. So here's a few just getting people to watch longer, hook viewers early. Content quality is always good, a clear structure, engaging thumbnail and title. This is really more about getting the click in the first place. Interactive content is always good. Call to actions is good. Optimize your video length. That's going to be something you get from experience. Use analytics, and so forth. So these are all very good answers. Let's take a look and see what we get over here with ChatGPT 4.0. Maybe different. I'll just right-click and paste. Same question. And we'll see what we get. Just a little bit more information in here. A few more things that we didn't see up here before. It says hook viewers early, strong hook at the beginning. Notice that the answers here are a little bit longer. And again, just the tone of it is a little bit more on the professional side, and the tone appears a little bit more on the friendly side. So tone is part of this, but also the information is good. A lot of this information is repeating from the two different versions of ChatGPT, but there are some new things in here. And again, if you're using a set of prompts, I'd recommend going in and using both versions of ChatGPT and look at both of those sets to get the most information that you can from ChatGPT. You can see how easy it is to use these prompts. You just paste it in, hit the go arrow, and ChatGPT does the rest. Now, something else about this, when you have the list up here, come down at the bottom, you can have it read aloud to if you want to right here. You can copy this if you want to and then paste it into a Word document or a Notepad document. You can regenerate this. I've had some odd results from regeneration. It tends to be a bit too close to this. I prefer just retyping it in and hitting the go arrow again. That gives me a wider range of possibilities. If it's no good, you can give it a thumbs down as a bad response if it's really nothing accurate. I wouldn't do a bad response note here if you just didn't like the results, because ChatGPT uses this to help train their system. But if it gave you the wrong results, for instance, if it came in here and talked to me about how to use swimming pools, obviously wrong result. You can change your model right here as well. So there you go. That's how to use prompts when you're working with ChatGPT. Now, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that right now. I'll be doing a lot of videos coming up here about how to use ChatGPT for success, and I'll see you next time.